going on, guys? So we got another little review this week. Like I promised, it's going to be on the Lucky Craft Staysee 90. These are the version 2. We got 4 baits here, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, so like I said, review of the Lucky Craft Staysee 90 version 2. They have a version 2, and then the other one out right now is a version 3, which is just the Gary Dobbins version. It's a slow sinking version as opposed to this one being a suspending version. The slow sinking version just weighs in just like I think an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an ounce heavier. It might even just be a 1/16 of an ounce heavier than this one. So the dimensions on this, they are 3.5 inches long. They weigh in at 7/16 of an ounce, dive 8 to 10 feet. They are suspending. They have 2 number 6 size trebles, and after doing a little bit of research, I think they are Lucky Craft's hooks are made by VMC. Comment if you know any differently than that, but that's what I heard, VMC. And so yeah, 4 colors here. From what I understand, and especially in the part of the country that I live in, there are several lakes that I live over here in Northern California that are very, very deep. The main bass lake that I fish at a lot of ponds, but the main bass lake that I fish at is Lake Shasta. And that lake is 517 feet deep. So you need to be able to reach the bass. We primarily have spotted bass in that lake, which are, they look exactly like a largemouth, but they're kind of like a hybrid between like a largemouth and a smallmouth. So anyway, that's primarily what we have. We have some smallies, we have some large, but they're primarily spotted bass. And this bait right here works fabulous for that lake. We have a lot of tournaments that go up on that lake, and this is one of the main baits. So you'll see a trend in the color here, because I don't fish deep diving jerk baits in the ponds that I fish at, because they don't need to dive that deep in the ponds that I fish at. And so this diving at 8 to 10 feet, or like having like the Gary Dobbins version, which will dive just a couple feet, like he says it's like 3 feet further, which is the Staysee 90 version 3. Those work really, really well at lakes that have a really, really big depth to them. You're obviously not fishing for bass in 517 feet worth of water, but the point is that the lake is very, very deep. It doesn't get to just 20 feet deep like a lot of lakes in the country do. This lake goes very, very deep, and it gets to that depth very, very quickly because it's in a river channel. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these colors out of the way. This first color here, very, very popular color, is called Aurora Black. And then the next color we have here is Ghost Chartreuse Shad. And third, which is probably the most popular color that you can get in a Lucky Craft, is Ghost Minnow. And last, we have MS American Shad, or most people just call it American Shad. So a little bit about American Shad here. This color is really neat because it's got these raised scales on them. I don't know if you can really see it in the light there, but very, very neat. There you can definitely feel them. It almost looks like they're glued on there. So you got that. It's a dark blue back. Even though it says Aurora Black, it's a dark blue. They all say Staysee 90 SP version 2 right on the bottom there. So we'll go ahead and get it so you can see it right there. So, but this color right here, It's a transparent color, so I'm going to show you some of the features of this bait. Just like in the Pointer 100s, it's got the whole ball system in there, so when it goes back to cast it, the balls help it cast, and then when it goes diving down, the balls go forward to help it rake forward. That's what these balls are here for too. Now if you look inside of here, this bait actually has rattles. There's a little, looks like maybe 2 plastic balls, maybe 1 plastic ball right here in this front chamber right here, right behind the eye, and then there's another chamber right up top. Maybe you can see it better in this one. That plastic ball right up in here is a rattle. So you can actually hear it in there. So it is actually a rattling jerkbait. It doesn't have just balls in there that just shift back and forth. It actually is a rattling jerkbait. So very, very nice deep diving jerkbait. If you're looking for something that is, you want to get more depth out of it, check out the Staysee 90s. In the Lucky Craft lineup, they have several Staysees. To name them, they have the Staysee 60, the Staysee 80, the Staysee 90 version 2, which is these, the Staysee 120, and then the new Dobbins Staysee 90 SS, or the Staysee 90 version 3, which is what they're called on the shelf. Let me go ahead and measure them up for you before I forget to do that. So let's see, we have a measurement of, the body is just a little bit over 3.5 inches. With the ring, it's like 3 5/8, almost 3 3/4. And then with the bill, I can't get it all on the screen there, but with the ring and the bill, it's right at 5 inches. So fairly big bait for what it is with the bill, but just counting the body, small. So I mean, that's kind of what you want. And as with all these other Lucky Crafts, like I showed you, they have that oval split ring in the front, which is kind of neat. With this one, I want to point out the bill right here is actually sunken in to hold on to that where that split ring is. Kind of a neat little touch. I don't know how that makes it act in the water, but none of the other baits that I have are like that. They're actually either surface right on top or they're mounted right here at the point of the nose. So very, very neat bait. I have dozens of jerk baits. Very, very pumped up about these guys. So you guys should get out there, check them out. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. I could talk about these baits for hours. They're so popular in this neck of the woods where I live, and I just really wanted to show them to you guys. So check them out. These are 4 of the more popular colors that they have out there. And thanks for watching. I got some more video reviews coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks.